worship. Thank, love, praise always, the reunited three most powerful.
Welcome to our show, The Phenomena Files, Curious Tales from Across the Globe, Part 2 of a multi-part series. Across our world, remarkable moments continue to unfold. Events that quietly appear, then vanish, leaving questions, wonder, and reflection in their wake. From unexpected sights in the sky to rare natural occurrences witnessed by ordinary people, these moments remind us that the world still holds many surprises. In this multi-part series, The Phenomena Files, Curious Tales from Across the Globe, we explore real-life accounts of unusual and awe-inspiring events as seen, shared, and remembered. Some are easily explained, others invite deeper contemplation, and all encourage us to slow down and observe the extraordinary woven into everyday life. In today's story, we go back to a remote village in the early 19th century Scottish Highlands, isolated, steeped in tradition, and unprepared for what was about to happen. Life there was defined by distance and routine, with small villages spread across rugged terrain, often cut off for long periods. Within that rhythm, even the tiniest disruption stood out. A new face was seldom missed, and anything unfamiliar carried significance. It is within this setting that the account begins not with an unfolding event, but with something already present, waiting to be noticed. The story is often said to take place in February 1821. On a cold winter morning, the village schoolteacher approached the schoolhouse and saw a boy sitting on the steps outside. He did not seem distressed. He wasn't calling out or trying to leave. Instead, he sat quietly as if waiting intentionally. He was estimated to be 8 or 9 years old. His clothing, though neat and well-made, seemed ill-suited for the cold and had an unfamiliar style. It wasn't striking enough to stand out on its own, yet it didn't fully match what the villagers were used to seeing. According to later reports, the boy's origins were unclear, and no one present could identify the language he spoke. When the teacher spoke to him, first in English and then in Gaelic, he responded right away. At first, it seemed like a simple exchange. After a few moments, something felt off. The boy was speaking clearly. His tone was steady, his pacing natural, and there was no hesitation in his responses. However, the sounds themselves did not match any language the teacher recognized. He spoke with the ease of someone using their native language, as if understanding should not have been an issue. Inside the schoolhouse, he started to gesture toward objects, saying each time he pointed as if naming them. The interaction was calm. As those present listened more closely, it started to seem that this was not just unfamiliar, but organized. The words he used seemed to change based on the number. A single object had one term, while multiple objects resulted in variations of that term. However, the changes didn't follow a familiar pattern. There was consistency, but not in a way that was easily predictable. To observers, it seemed like a complete system, something fully developed, not improvised or broken apart. The boy wasn't having trouble communicating. If anything, he appeared to be showing something that worked perfectly, just not in a way anyone around him could understand. Word spread quickly, and soon others came to see him. Among those believed to have examined the situation was a local physician. His approach was practical. A missing child was the most likely explanation, and he started from that assumption. Yet, the longer he observed, the less straightforward the situation appeared. The boy's speech stayed smooth and steady, even when others didn't respond. He didn't try to repeat himself differently or make his words simpler. This detail did not go unnoticed. Most children, when they are not understood, start to adjust through gesture, repetition, or variation. The boy did none of these. He kept speaking as if the difficulty was somewhere else. In the days afterward, visitors from outside the village reportedly arrived, including some who knew foreign languages. According to later reports, none could identify what they heard. In communities like this, language was more than just a tool for communication. It was a sign of belonging. Most villagers were familiar with both English and Scottish Gaelic, and sometimes regional dialects shaped by generations of isolation. Even when meeting travelers, there was usually some commonality, shared words, recognizable sounds, or at least patterns that could be followed. What made this moment unique was the lack of that overlap. People who heard the boy speak did not describe his words as scattered or unclear. Instead, they noticed a kind of flow, phrases that moved smoothly, with pauses and emphasis that suggested meaning was being communicated even if it was not fully understood. This distinguishes what might be seen as confusion from something that seemed internally consistent. At the same time, the setting provided few ways to verify information. There were no formal records kept at the moment, no linguistic experts present initially, and no dependable method to trace the boy's background beyond the accounts that came afterward. What was left, then, wasn't a conclusion but an observation, one that defied simple explanation. Much of the account seems to come from later retellings, where memory and repetition may have quietly influenced its details over time. Stories of unfamiliar languages are not unique to this case. Earlier accounts, like the story of the Green Children of Woolpit in medieval England, describe similar situations where communication itself became the main mystery. Recent linguistic research has shown that people sometimes produce speech that seems structured but isn't part of any known language. This phenomenon is often called glossolalia. Studies like Tongues of Men and Angels look at how this kind of speech can follow certain patterns while still being outside established language systems. The story of the boy who spoke an unfamiliar language is still hard to pin down with certainty. It starts in a familiar, grounded setting but focuses on something that remains unresolved. Whether the event was misunderstood, altered over time, or simply never fully documented, it's still uncertain. What's clear is the impression it left, a quiet moment that those there couldn't fully explain. Accounts like this, passed down through generations, are remembered not for the answers they give, but for the questions they leave behind. And in that quiet uncertainty, some may reflect on the vastness of creation and the subtle ways in which the Almighty's presence can be felt, even when not fully understood.
Meat eating increases pride. Pride creates a desire for intoxicating drinks and pleasure in gambling, and thus brings up all aforesaid vices. Saman Sutam, Jainism. Thank, love, praise, and pray to the three reunited most powerful, God, Tim Kwatu, and the Son of God.